Doom: The Dark Ages Revelations released on June 7th, 2026. A new DLC adding a new story, gameplay mechanics, levels, and demons. Is it an upgrade from the base game, or is it not worth the price of admission? I'm Tom the Wizard Man, and this is the Fake Wizards review of Doom: The Dark Ages Revelations. If this review provides you any value at all, please like and subscribe, as we're doing reviews almost every single day. Revelations begins where the Dark Ages left off. The Doomslayer is continuing on his path to eradicate the demons of hell, where he reaches the High Council of Hell. The High Council basically just goes, hey, you're a bad guy, so we're just gonna banish you to purgatory. Bye-bye. And after getting thrashed by their bodyguard, you're left broken and beaten in purgatory. You get a shiny new spear and begin on your journey to escape this prison. Inside purgatory is also the Architect, an ancient demon who assists you by repairing your shield and upgrades your weapons, spear, and suit. Throughout the levels, you face down waves of demons trying to prevent your escape while collecting the necessary items to eventually get out. All the while, the Khan Maker's making her grab for power over the planet and citizens of Argent D'Nor. Can the Slayer make it out of purgatory while confronting his own sins? He can. It's a prequel, you know he makes it out. If you enjoy Doom: The Dark Ages, you will enjoy Revelations. It's a continuation of the ripping and tearing of the base game with some extra goodies thrown in, specifically with the Chain Spear. The spear is an alternative playstyle, which you can toggle between with the shield at any time after it's repaired in purgatory. The addition of this feels somewhat monkey paw-ish, as like, hey, I wanted to dash with the shield, and then ID said, no, we'll give you one better, we'll give you a whole move set where you're dashing and moving around. But we're not going to change the shield stays the same. I'm being nitpicky though, because the spear is awesome. I also enjoyed that after the first level, they give you the option of which playstyle you'd like to use. You're not forced into only using the movement-focused set. You can use the shield, and throughout the levels, you will have to switch between the two of them to progress. The spear chain, as I mentioned, is more movement-focused. You gain the ability to dash, which you use to dodge incoming attacks. The spear can be used to deflect and parry, but it also acts like the meat hook from Eternal, where you can grapple onto an enemy to swing around or get closer to. Well-timed parries and dodges build up charges, which allows you to use the spear as a ranged weapon, a stronger stab attack, or a slam maneuver. I never used the slam maneuver, I'm gonna be so for real. The addition of the spear is a lot of fun to mess around with. Dodging and grappling off of demons added that level of movement that I missed from Doom Eternal, while still playing to the mechanics and gameplay of the Dark Ages. The levels are all different settings, which I really enjoyed. We got an ice zone and more of the Lovecraftian cosmic realm. I really enjoyed the expansion, but the way that they sequenced it was just weird. The DLC is broken into 4 levels that you play through and finish, and then after you beat the DLC, you go back into them to do endgame content that was locked on the first playthrough. Inside of them are special challenges that unlock more suit and spear upgrades, classic Doom-style areas where you put together the 93 shotgun, and time trials to get key pieces for a secret boss in purgatory. My question and real issue with it is, why did they section this stuff off for after you beat the DLC? I feel like it would have been more effective to include all of these elements in the base DLC as opposed to locking it behind endgame content. Especially since you're picking up currencies and items that upgrades your arsenal and loadout for a story that you already completed. Theoretically, at the end of levels, you could have had like an area that would have opened up that would have taken you back to get these things that were previously locked. And you could have thrown in harder combat encounters to get there. Or made it that they only unlocked if you completed certain challenges during the level. It's a very weird example to give for this, but like, you look at the old Crash Bandicoot games. During the levels, you had to do certain things to get all of the gems. Sometimes you had to have a no-death run, or sometimes you needed an item from a previous level. They could have done something to that extent instead of it being like, hey, did you beat the game? Well, now you can go get these things. Because unfortunately, it feels like bad padding. Like, technically, you don't even need to do the whole level again. You can just do the endgame locked content and then teleport back. It just feels like they added it last minute and didn't know how to incorporate it, so they just left it for the endgame. I don't know, it's weird. They kept the gold system, but instead of gold, it's platinum and blood iron. I really hate this system. I really don't like having to do a level and then seeing at the end of like, oh, sorry, you missed 6 pieces. You gotta go find them again. I don't play Doom games for their stories. I don't think many people do, but I will say that the story in the DLC is, don't think about it. Because if you do think about it, you start to get questions. For example, at the beginning of the game, the Doomslayer was going to fight the High Council, but wasn't able to. Is he gonna go back to fight them? Can he fight them? Was that gonna be DLC 2 to this, was fighting the High Council? Exactly how much stronger does the Praetor suit make the Slayer? What happens to Commander Thera? And finally, shouldn't he have the Crucible sword in this? I would say that most of my thoughts from my original review echo into this one. The soundtrack, again, doesn't have that oomph that you want from a Doom game. And it's a damn shame because you get the Praetor suit, and all I could think was, oh, this would have been really cool to have the 2016 soundtrack play over it. But the game is fun. It's enjoyable to play. The additions from the base game into the DLC are good. I just wish it was longer. I gave Doom the Dark Ages a 7 out of 10. And for Doom the Dark Ages Revelations, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's good. It's fun. If this review provides you any value at all, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.